Hi, this is John MacGillivray. Maybe some of you remember me from years gone by when I did the local cable show called The Town Crier. And usually right around this time of year I got to interview some candidates. Well, today I'm back in Natick and I happen to be with Cathy Coughlin, who is a candidate for the Board of Selectmen. And I'm very happy to meet you, Cathy, and finally I've been hearing so much about you, and it's great to be able to sit here in the beautiful scenic Morse Institute Library and chat for a few minutes. So,
well, thank you for being here. I'm thrilled to be here with you.
Yeah, well listen, I want to know why in God's name would anyone want to run for the Board of Selectmen? I think it's a thankless position. You get a lot of stress and little in the way of compensation. I think you have to perambulate the boundaries to get paid, I think, $50,
Yes.
something like that. So
Right.
Why would you want to do this?
Glutton for punishment?
All right, there you go. There you go.
It seemed like a good idea at the
Yeah.
time, basically, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, from what I've heard, and I have talked to a lot of people who have really been very enthusiastic about your candidacy, and they've told me, they say, hey, Cathy served for close to 10 years as a town meeting member. You've been a member of the Finance Committee, and the next evolutionary step here seems to be Board of Selectmen.
Right.
And my thought is, God, wouldn't she have learned after those two things, stay out of town politics?
Right, you would have thought so.
Yeah.
Right, you would have thought so. But I think my voice is needed right about now.
Yeah. And a lot of people are telling me that, So, and I mean, I want to not so much get into issues or anything, but I want people to get to know. I want to get to know more about you, and I'd like people to get to know more about you. So. You have some pretty deep Natick roots right now, but you came originally from Newton, and backing up a little bit further, you were adopted. Can you tell me about that?
I was adopted when I was 2 years old, and my husband Michael, who's with me tonight, there's a story that we've always heard. My parents told me that when they got the call, from an adoption agency, that I was ready to meet them, and they're like, where do we go? We don't have enough time. So we ended up going to the Newton Cemetery because they had a duck pond, and I got to feed the ducks, and I think I actually kind of fell in. And that was a story that was told my whole life.
Wow. There's something, at least you weren't in a manger. So
No.
Sorry, I missed that.
So anyway, we have some volunteers helping us tonight, but sometimes they're not the most technically adept people, So so after you were adopted, then you went through the school system in Newton. And if I recall, you started off at St. Bernard's.
St. Bernard's.
And then what happened? Because my uncle was the pastor who closed that school.
Oh, Monsignor Quirk.
Yes, he was. So,
well, I loved Monsignor Quirk.
Good guy.
Very good guy. Very good guy. So I went there till 3rd grade, and then they closed. And then went across town to Our Ladies.
My school, my alma mater.
And then we moved to Needham, actually. So then I took up residence there and went to St. Joseph's. And then ended up in Brighton at Mount St. Joseph Academy. So,
And again, the Sisters of St. Joseph can't get away from
No, they beat it into me.
And that's why you still have the halo.
I think it's a little tarnished, but
So after having that great Catholic school education, where did you go? I'm assuming you went to college.
I started at Regis, and
again the sisters.
And that was a problem. I said, I'm tired of it. I've been doing this my whole life. I was a little bit independent, trying to assert my independence, and so I left school. And I worked for a couple of years. And in order to go back to school, my parents said, hey, you're on your own. We were going to do it for you. So I took a job and actually worked 2 jobs and went to BC at night. So I ended up going to night school and I put myself through. Yeah.
What did you major in?
In business.
In business, good for you.
Yeah.
So, and then after BC, I see law school in your future someplace.
Yes. So thanks to the nuns, I guess, and thanks to my parents, because I love to read and I love to write and I love to speak. So I ended up going to law school. That was the best use of my talents, I thought. So I also, I got a job as a paralegal in a law firm in downtown. And then I went to Suffolk at night.
Great.
So 4 years later.
Yeah. Well, my impression of Suffolk is that it's one of the best law schools in the area.
Right.
I mean, we have Tufts, BC, BU, but if you're practicing law in Massachusetts, Suffolk is one of the best. Plus, being situated right next to the State House, you get to learn a lot about legislation and how government works.
Oh, absolutely, right.
That must help you out a little bit here.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, it does, yeah.
So, law school, having gone through all that, working hard and studying at night and everything, you must have wanted to put that law degree to use. So what did you do?
When I got out of law school, I worked for a solo practitioner over in Framingham for about 1.5 years. Okay. And then I had my son. My son was actually sworn in with me. I was a month short of having him when I was sworn into the bar on my father's birthday, June 18th.
Wait a minute, I gotta stop here. I've been impressed with the amount of work that you've done and the amount of schooling that you did. How did you ever find time to have a relationship, let alone get married and have a child?
I don't know. My husband, who's here tonight, we met the week that I was starting law school. We actually met that week, and he's from Dedham, but he was a merchant marine, so he was home for a while. And so he'd ship out for a while and then be back, so I could study for a while and then go off, and So it'll be 26 years in June.
26 years? Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Well, I'm guessing he's anchored here in Natick now and not off on the high seas.
No.
All right, so good deep Natick roots right now.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got the law degree, you're working, then did you go to the Boston Municipal Court?
Yes, so about a year or so after I was in practice, I got a job at the Boston Municipal Court for the Chief Justice there and all the judges, and I was an administrative attorney for a while.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. And then I became a magistrate at Newton Court, and now I'm the state bail administrator.
Geez, I wish I knew you when you were the magistrate. I might have used a little help then, So, and now you're in town, is that right?
Yes, now I work, So I'm back where I started, actually, next to the BMC. So I'm in the Suffolk Courthouse, Yeah,
but you're overseeing a huge number of people.
Right, about 300.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Is the business degree, the law degree, you're making sure government runs efficiently. That's what you do in your daily life.
Right.
And apparently you've done it in your family life. You know? Tell me, what happened to your son, and I think you have a daughter as well.
I do. So my son is 23, and he's in the Air Force right now, learning to fly. He's learning to be a pilot.
Oh, God bless him.
He graduated from the Air Force Academy a few years ago, and my daughter graduated from Natick High a few years ago. So she right now is a sophomore at Suffolk.
Wow.
Yeah, she wants to be like her mom, following her mom's footsteps,
She's like, I gotta give you both of them, but particularly, as a former veterans officer here, I'm always all over these veteran things, and your son graduating from Air Force Academy, that is a difficult thing to do.
Absolutely.
So apparently you had good parents who instilled good values in them. So,
we tried.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, listen, as someone who is a parent of someone who's gone through the Natick school system, I'm guessing, and as someone who's also worked extremely hard and knows the value of a dollar, I'm sure that you probably thought, let's make sure that we get the best bang for the dollar here in Natick.
Absolutely. That's my motto, get the best bang for the buck.
Really? That's your motto?
Yeah.
I came up with that?
Yeah, you did.
All right.
Pretty good.
I like that. Jeez, I'm on the same wavelength here.
I never forget that the money that we're spending is not mine. Yeah. It's everyone's.
Right. So you did town meeting for 10 years?
Yes.
And then
I've been on finance committee for about 5 years. Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. And now, as part of this evolutionary process, you're moving up to the Board of Selectmen.
We're trying.
Yeah.
We're trying. Yeah.
You know, in doing that, there's different groups here in the town, and I think many of them, seniors, veterans,
Yes.
they're all looking for someone who's going to help them out, you know, protect or advocate for them.
Right, right. Yeah, we've got the seniors, veterans, parents, the employees. I was talking to some of them here tonight, you know, before we came in here. People my age, you know, that are having a tough time even. So, you know, there's just so many issues that the town is facing that I'm going to be so proud to be part of.
Well, you know what? I was a little reticent to ask this, but I have been told that you're a breast cancer survivor. Is that right?
I am. 10 years. 10 years, yeah.
God bless you.
And this town, you know, my friends in this town were wonderful to me when I went through it. Yeah, and my family was great, and thank God, you know.
Well,
Still here, still fighting.
I'm telling you, I wish you continued health, good health, and success. And, you know, the election's March 29th, and we want to encourage the public to come out and vote on the 29th.
Absolutely.
And hopefully for Cathy Coughlin.
Yep, that would be even better. Yes.
So, anyway, Cathy, thank you very much. Thank you for giving me these few minutes here to talk to you and learn a little bit about you.
Well, thanks for letting me sit with the town crier.
All the best.
Thanks. Thank you very much.